Despite Irving's recruiting efforts, the cleanest path to James and Irving playing together remains in Los Angeles, either by Irving taking a discount to sign with the Lakers or Dallas sending him there in a sign and trade. James to Dallas is possible, but mostly improbable. Also followed up, the Lakers aren't interested in what Dallas could offer in a trade for LeBron James per Jovan Buha. If Dallas is offering Luka Doncic for James, then yes, one would assume the Lakers will listen. Now, if the Lakers could get Luka for LeBron James, you do that this time next. If you could do LeBron James and 2 firsts for Luka, you do that, right? Whatever it takes. If they want Reeves even, you do that. Whatever it takes. If you could get Luka, you get Luka. But the reason I'm making this video and the reason I want to talk about this again is because LeBron James isn't going anywhere. And you've already heard the reports that are flip-flopping and all over the place. And this is probably going to be a conversation for the next couple days, but don't listen to it. It's total nonsense. LeBron James is not going to the Dallas Mavericks. There was a report from Brian Windhorst, I think, one of those guys that was like, LeBron, if he was to leave the Lakers, would be interested. No, it's Chris Haynes, I think it was. That was like, if LeBron was to leave the Lakers, he would be interested in Dallas. He's not interested in Dallas. His kids are going to school in California. His son just went to USC, or is going to USC, so he could be close to the family and so LeBron could go see the games. Right? LeBron was just in the Western Conference Finals. Dallas didn't even make the playoffs. LeBron, Luka, and Kyrie wouldn't be a good trio. Neither of them can play defense. And you'd have no salary cap, no space, no nothing. It would be these 3 and then a bunch of vet minimum guys. How do you stop the other team? On top of that, Luka and LeBron are basically the same player. And Kyrie is hit or miss at times, right? I'm not talking about game-wise. I'm talking about just showing up. Like, LeBron is not leaving the Lakers. Now, maybe in a year or 2, maybe he goes elsewhere. Maybe he goes to plays with his son, something like that. Maybe he retires. Sure. But he's not going to Dallas, right? Like, his wife isn't even going to want to... You think she wants to live in Dallas when she's in LA and doing all her things that she's doing? Like, no. Like, LeBron went to LA for more than just basketball reasons. He went to LA for business and everything else. And to kind of transition into that post-career moves, and it's worked, right? Dallas has nothing of value. Nothing. Like, Dallas couldn't even trade for Rui Hachimura if they wanted to. Like, they have nothing. They have no real assets. They have, like, the number 10 pick. That's cool. But why, like, what else are you gonna give us? Bertans and, like, they don't have anybody. There's nobody on that team that the Lakers would want. Especially for LeBron. Like, could the Lakers maybe like work out a deal for Tim Hardaway Jr.? Sure. Like, cool. But not for LeBron. Like, it's just total nonsense. Look, to me, this is one of 2 things. A, it's Kyrie putting pressure on the organization to give him a max deal because they don't want to give him a max, right? They want to give, and they shouldn't, right? Like, there's, however you feel about Kyrie, there's a lot of questionable things, right? And I've been a huge defender of Kyrie Irving, but there are a lot of questionable things. On top of the questionable things, he went to Dallas and Dallas got worse. Now, that's not Kyrie's fault. They traded away all of their defense for that. But if this doesn't work, do you want to be locked into it long term? Very likely, Dallas, if they do something, it'll be a 1+1. Now, Kyrie supposedly wants the money. Reports came out late last night that Kyrie wants to stay with the Mavericks, that he is locked in with the Mavericks. But we know how that goes. Tomorrow or later today, we will get a report that Kyrie is all in on the Lakers. And look, I don't see it happening. As I see, like, Kyrie coming to the Lakers is far more likely than LeBron going to the Mavericks. Far more likely. But it's still very unlikely. Because Kyrie would have to take a significant discount. The only way that this really happens is if Dallas like just really lowballs Kyrie Irving. Otherwise, Kyrie's going to stay in Dallas. But let's say if the Mavs are like, hey, we're only going to give you whatever. We're going to give you $17 million a year, $18 million a year. The Lakers can get to like $14 million. I mean, they could get their full mid-level exception, which is like $12 million. But if the Lakers basically sign Rui, sign Reeves, have LeBron, AD, Max Christie, the 17th pick, all that. Basically everything except for Mo Bamba, Beasley, and D'Angelo Russell. And then you got to waive Shaquille Harrison, but that's nothing. Basically, like the core guys, right? Rui, Reeves, LeBron, AD, Max Christie, 17th pick, Jared Vanderbilt. Those core guys. If you get rid of everyone else, the Lakers can get to about $14 million. So if Dallas offers Kyrie like 17, 18 million, something like that, and he doesn't really get any like sizable offers elsewhere, I could absolutely see Kyrie saying, well, I could take $4 million less and go where I want to go and contend for a championship. And if it works out, then the Lakers can give me a long-term contract. And LeBron, he can opt out of his contract so the Lakers can get the money that they need to pay me, right? So I could see that happening. I could see Kyrie going to the Lakers because Dallas basically just refuses to pay him any type of real money. And he just goes, all right, fine. Then if I'm going to make 18 million, I might as well make 14 million. I'll make more than that 4 million difference in brand deals and endorsements and, you know, LeBron's network and all that stuff. I'll go to the Lakers. So I could see Kyrie still going to the Lakers. Is it likely? No. Will it happen? Probably not. I, for a long time, really believed that Kyrie Irving was going to Lakers. There was several times throughout the course of this last year where Kyrie it looked just about there. I mean, there were reports and all kinds of stuff of like, hey, Kyrie's heading to the Lakers. And it just didn't happen, right? He wanted his money. He ends up opting in with Brooklyn in the hopes, try to work out a trade. Eventually, he gets it. And Brooklyn says, we're not trading you to the Lakers, right? And now you get reports of like, the Lakers aren't interested in Kyrie Irving and blah, blah. The Lakers are interested in Kyrie Irving. Is LeBron interested more than the Lakers are? Absolutely. Like, this is LeBron's thing. But the Lakers did not make real offers 3 times already to go get Kyrie Irving because they're not interested in Kyrie Irving. Like, it just makes zero sense, right? The Lakers aren't going to offer all their first round picks and like players and stuff like, you know, Max Christie and things like that to go get Kyrie Irving or attempt to get Kyrie Irving. And they're just not interested in that. Like, it's not how it works, right? So the Lakers do have some interest in Kyrie Irving. Is it massive? Probably not. Right? It's probably like, hey, if we can get him for this, great. If we can't, then forget it. We don't need him, right? It's one of those things. Like, if we can get him at a reasonable price, why not? He'll make us better. And look, Kyrie, LeBron, and Anthony Davis together are good enough to win a championship. But you need depth. You need rotation guys. If Kyrie takes $14 million, $15 million, somewhere in that ballpark, then the Lakers would be able to keep their depth and still have these 3. That would be massive, right? Lakers probably win a championship at that point. If Lakers had, look at it like this, if Lakers had Kyrie Irving over Beasley, who didn't play, Mo Bamba, who didn't play, and D'Angelo Russell, who became unplayable, the Lakers would be in the NBA Finals right now, very likely winning the championship. So if you can get Kyrie for $14 million, you go do that, right? The problem is the Lakers have no reason to go and waive D'Lo, waive Beasley, or waive Mo Bamba, basically get rid of everybody to clear the $14 million cap space when there's not really anybody else better out there that you're going to be able to get for $14 million, right? Like, who's out there that's that much better than D'Angelo Russell for $14 million? There's really not. Like, there might be people that are, like, you might look at and go, okay, well, this guy, I'd rather have this guy than D'Lo. It doesn't mean that he's better overall than D'Lo. But if you could get a guy like Kyrie is definitely better than D'Lo, right? So there you go. You do something like that. Reality is Kyrie's staying in Dallas. Dallas will probably cave because they're not in a position otherwise. Now, Dallas could, if they want to, they could let Kyrie walk and they would have a full max slot. But there's nobody out. Like, who are they going to get? Are they going to try to get James Harden? I think James Harden and Luka would be worse than Kyrie and Luka. I think Dallas pays Kyrie. They have Luka and Kyrie. And then they start putting a team together, those two, and they go that way. LeBron James is staying a Laker until he either goes and plays with his son or he decides to go elsewhere. He's not going to ask and request a buyout or demand a trade. And if he does not demanding a trade to Dallas, and the Lakers don't have to give him the trade, right? Like, the Lakers aren't going to go and take a bunch of, like, expiring guys and get the 10th pick. Right now, if like LeBron wants to go play with like Damian Lillard and we could get like the 3rd pick and Sharp and Simons, sure, let's do something like that. I would do that tomorrow, right? Or if you could get, like the Warriors package or something like that, right? Where you could get like an Andrew Wiggins, Kuminga, and a Moody or a Jordan Poole, right? Cool. Like, I would be okay with it. You're not taking Bertans and THJ and the number 10 pick and then a future first. Like, that does nothing for the Lakers. And all these little wishy-washy reports, they're just going to continue. They're going to keep coming out. And some of them might have some legs. And the ones that kind of have legs and are interesting, we'll talk about. The ins and out ones, I'll just leave that out for the world. But it's just, this is something that just continues to pick up traction. Now you're hearing the words. I don't buy any of it. I just think I do. I think it's unless Kyrie either. It's this simple. Kyrie either signs with the Lakers for $14 million, or he goes back to Dallas for whatever Dallas pays him. Those are literally the only two options. Because Dallas has said that they're not going to do a sign and trade, and I don't think they would do a sign and trade because if you're going to lose Kyrie, you didn't give up really anything to get Kyrie, and you might as well keep the cap space. Sign somebody for a year, ride it out for a year, and then go another direction, right? And then if you're the Lakers, like, you're not taking like a sign and trade and getting a hard cap for like Christian Wood or something like that, right? Like, it makes no sense. It doesn't. LeBron's not going anywhere. LeBron's here. If he was to demand a trade and the Lakers were to trade him, they're not trading him to Dallas, and he's not going to want to go to Dallas. He's going to want to go play with a Damian Lillard or go play with a Golden State Warriors or maybe like a Cavs, go back to the Cavs or something like that. Like, that's what he's going to do. He's not going to go to Dallas of all places, because Kyrie and LeBron would be great to see again, and they both clearly want to play with each other, but Kyrie's going to have to make the sacrifice if he really wants to play. And we'll find out. We'll see. I said the same thing last offseason. If Kyrie really wants to come to the Lakers, he'll come to the Lakers. He really didn't. He wanted his money more. Same thing. If he really wants to come to the Lakers, he'll come to the Lakers. If he really does, he will take the $14 million or whatever that the Lakers can offer and work it out, which might be the best move for him. Because, again, he'll probably make $100 million in just brand deals, endorsements. LeBron could probably get him a shoe deal back. Like, that's the way to go. But this whole narrative and stuff, it's just talk just for the sake of talk. It's just to have something out there because, it's not officially the offseason yet, but there's not really anything in between games. And so it's like, what are we going to talk about? Like, that's what this is. But anyway, this will probably be a rumor that dies down very quickly. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you agree? Disagree? Do you think it happens? Do you think it doesn't? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments.